Part of the reason we've seen so much volatility is that $642.8 billion had been borrowed by retail and institutional investors against their portfolio. That can lead to all kinds of machinations in the stock markets and some real impact to people when prices finally go down.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. After the 29 crash, when they had 10% margins, they actually gave the Federal Reserve the power to set margin requirements and everything. And then, of course, and I think the Fed still does have that power, but the whole thing has been made moot by derivatives and index futures and that sort of thing. So people can gamble in stocks, and people like to gamble. I mean, a lot of people like to gamble, but you can't. 4 times in the 53 years I've been at Berkshire, the stock has gone down anywhere from 40 to 60%.
Berkshire shares.
Berkshire shares, yeah. And sometimes, well, very fast in October of 1987. And people had a perfectly decent investment. If they borrowed against it, they lose it. It is crazy, in my view, to borrow money on securities. You do not know tomorrow morning. You don't know whether the stock exchange will open tomorrow morning. I mean, we have closed the stock exchange. One time during World War I, we closed it for months. We closed it after 9/11 for a few days. I put in the annual report, it's insane to risk what you have and need for something you don't really need. And you know, borrowing money is a way of trying to get rich a little faster, but there are plenty of good ways to get rich slowly, and you can have a lot of fun while you're getting rich as well. My partner Charlie says that there's only 3 ways that a smart person can go broke. He says, liquor, ladies, and leverage. Now, the truth is, the first 2 he just added because they start with L. It's leverage. And when somebody tells you how they came back and made a second fortune, I'm not impressed, because why the hell did they lose their first fortune? I mean, you know, there's no reason. There's just no reason to borrow money except you're in a hurry to get rich, and you're risking going broke and all the effects it can have on your family. I do not believe in borrowing money on securities.
There was a question that someone had written in just asking about how you do that, just in terms of, see if I can find it, just in terms of getting yourself to not do it, because you have at times in the past have had more ideas than you had money.
Always.
How did you have the self-discipline?
Years, yeah.
How did you have the self-discipline to not go ahead and get levered up in those situations?
I wasn't unhappy when I had $10,000 when I got out of school. I was having a lot of fun. I was looking for things to buy, and the fact that after I spent $10,000 I ran out of money meant that I just kept looking for things that were better than the ones I already had. But I was, if you think that if you have $100,000 that and you're an unhappy person and $1 million is going to make you happy, it is not going to happen. You know, I mean, then you'll look around, you'll see people with $2 million, and it doesn't work that way. You will not be way happier if you double your net worth. You'll get a kind of a euphoric surge or something like that. But and to risk, you know, starting all over again, you know, losing everything, and you've got children, and it's madness.